Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spot Night series, where today we are having a look at the M84 FlashBang mod, which is being made by user 2 on X, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, as the name says, the M84 FlashBang grenade. And these things are magnificent. You throw them at your enemies to blind and paralyze them. And of course, if you don't pay attention and throw it at your feet, you could do the same to yourself. Good times there. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what we do get with the M84 FlashBang, which is, of course, a grenade, so not a lot to talk about stats-wise here, but it will do 1 damage, because, well, the point is flashbang, to blind them rather than actually hurting them. It does have a range of 93 and a weight of 0.5. And as you can see here, it looks pretty darn good. Certainly looks like flashbangs I've seen in pictures and movies and whatnot. And overall, the modeling and texturing on this thing is pretty wonderful. Lots of great little details that I always very much do enjoy in mods that could be easily overlooked, but, you know, nice when they are there. It's just a very nice, well-made grenade. Now, as for how you get your hands on one of these things, it is pretty darn simple. You just need to go to any chemistry station in the world, and in the grenade category, you'll find our M84 FlashBang, which can be made for just 1 acid, 1 aluminum, 1 copper, and 1 spring. So not a whole lot of requirements there resource-wise, so you can really make a lot of these things, and from pretty much from the get-go of the game. Now, before you can make it though, and you know, when you download it, there are some requirements, both mod-based as well as DLC-based, as you are going to need DLC-wise Far Harbor as well as Nuka World. And mod-wise, you are going to require the Fallout 4 script extender. But with all that in hand, you have yourself a flashbang. So let's play around with these and show them off, and then show the effects. Let's just chuck one of them downrange there. And beautiful, has a good sound to it. I don't know what a real flashbang sounds like, really, but that's fun, so I'll be quiet and let you hear. Very nice. And as you can see, even at this distance, our screen is brightening, and we get a little bit of a ring in our ears. And the closer you are to it, the more pronounced those effects are, to the point where, if I actually throw one at my feet to demonstrate the full effect, alright, there we go. Very loud ringing, you hear your heartbeat going, blinding flash of light, and we do get that interesting animation where our character does sort of, you know, try and cover their eyes and figure out what's going on. Now, the one downside and the one annoyance I have with this mod is that, well, as you could tell, it pulled me out of first-person mode and into third-person to show off that animation, and then it stays in third-person. Honestly, I wish it just didn't pull you out at all, personally, but it is cool nonetheless seeing that animation effect that you do get on your character. And I wish that if it did pull you out, that it would put you back in, but I don't even know if that's a possibility just with how the game works with its mechanics. Now let's take a look at it against an enemy, and I'm actually going to put myself into God mode so they don't shoot me to death. There we are. Hello, random raider scum. Have a flashbang. There you go, you can see they are doing the same animation you do because, well, they're being blinded and paralyzed. And the effect doesn't last for too long, but, you know, it gives you time so you can come on in and then take them down. Now, as for the range of effect, it's kind of small. I was testing it earlier and using these posts as my markers, and actually, roughly from this point to this point seems to be the radius. So it's, you know, within about that distance, which is pretty decent, honestly. You chuck one of these things into a room, and it is definitely gonna get them. And oh boy, I'm noticing I forgot to clean up my mess after testing earlier. Ah! Well, yeah, so when I was testing, well, I probably won't be able to land it right. Nope, see, it bounced all the way over there. But even though it hit right there, we were fine right here. So it's roughly within this distance. And all in all, I mean, it's just a fun grenade to play around with. Sure, you can end up really screwing yourself over quite a bit with one of these things if you accidentally get it at your feet, but it really could give you a good tactical advantage when you got a good grouping of enemies, or if they're inside of a room. You can do a nice old-fashioned breach and clear, and that will just, well, make combat a heck of a lot more interesting, frankly. And it's just a great, fun little mod. And of course, it works on pretty much everything, not just human characters. It'll work against synths, super mutants, mole rats, even death claws. So pretty much, well, I think it's like 20 list of around about 20 different in-game creatures that do get affected by this grenade. So yeah, you can use it against pretty much everything. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I would certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for this one. Not a whole lot to talk about with a grenade, but it is a very cool one. Do go check it out. And apparently in God mode, I hadn't noticed this before, it doesn't do the effect. Well, there we go. So do go check it out, have fun with it, and hopefully you have had fun with this video today and you come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.